Wow, I just reread the ending. Pray don't go into similes, Margaret. You have led us off once already, said her father, smiling yet uneasy at the thought that they were detaining Mr. Thornton against his will, which was a mistake, for Mr. Thornton rather liked it, as long as Margaret would talk, although what she said only irritated him. Hello. Today, we are going to talk about an incredible novel called North and South. And I am very excited to talk about it. Oh, I read it very recently, and it just tickled me. Every part of it was so good, and I wanted to share that with you, in the hopes that you too will read it. My name is Renee. Thank you for being here. Please like, please subscribe. And there are a bunch of links in the description for discounts and ways you can support me, and for books. So please check those out. But here we go. Here we go. Okay, I have never made, I don't think, a video about a single book because I have not found myself wanting to watch those videos. And I'm trying to make videos that I want to watch. But this book was so good, and so I was thinking, how can I talk about it in a way that is delightful to watch? And I thought, I'm just going to tell you all the things that I love about it, and the bits that got me excited. It's not going to be a comprehensive review. It's not going to be very long, I don't think. We'll see how long this takes. But I just want to gush for a little bit, and so I'm going to gush. One of the things that I really loved about this book was that it is sad, but also funny. A hard balance, but that's our human nature, you know? You can laugh at a funeral, and you can cry when you were having the best things in life happen to you. And it's just so impressive, the way she can have a serious scene and yet be making fun of her characters at the same time. And I really appreciated that. Really, really appreciated that. I cried and laughed in this. Great. I also loved, well, I mean, let's just start off. What are the things I loved about it? It was a Victorian novel by Elizabeth Gaskell, and that that in itself means I'm going to love it. It was just a very quintessential Victorian novel with all of those things that we love about Victorian novels. So that really is the main thing. That is the first thing. It did what it was supposed to do, and I respect that. Another thing I really loved about this book was how impressive it is the way she weaves so much nuance into the conflict. She takes what seems like these big ideas, so industrialization in factories, and you have like the big massive workers, and you also have the groups of people who are from the countryside, and they seem like each person thinks they know best, or each group of people think they know best. And then she goes into those groups and like pulls out individuals, and you start to see like their motivation behind making the decisions they make, or choosing to do the things they do, or understanding why they're upset, or why they're happy, or why they're... And you start to see that even though it seems like two people might be on opposite sides of an argument, it turns out they're actually both just people who are trying to do the thing they think is best, and trying to survive, and trying to provide for their families, and trying to keep things working and keep things afloat. And it just forces all of these big barriers between people to break down, and brings everyone together. And I just really liked that. It was so impressive. One of the characters that she does this with, Mr. Thornton, warning, this is a little bit of a spoiler, warning. He, as a character, moves across kind of social categories, or he definitely is displaced. I'm trying to be vague and not give too bad of spoilers. He is displaced in certain ways, but also he's one of the individuals that you see making decisions that seem like big corporate decisions. He's the one who owns one of the factories, and all the workers are really mad at him, but you kind of see why he's doing what he's doing, and you also see him change the way he thinks after interacting with other people and learning things. And he really, really develops over the course of the novel. And at the beginning you hate him, and then by the end you love him. and is a remarkable transformation. Like, how does Gaskell make someone at the beginning who is so, like, it's just the worst and it's so annoying, and then by the end you're just, wow, yeah, that's so impressive. How did she make, how would you know what to put to make you love him? But you end up loving him. And so I really love that. I love when you can love people at the end. And it's so funny, as you're reading it throughout the book, there's moments where you want to start to like him, but you also remember all the bad things he did before, and so you're still angry and you don't want to let yourself like him. But then the way she transforms him, at the end you basically have full permission in good conscience to appreciate him and to like him. And that is so delightful. One of the other things I really loved about this book was the ending. Oh my gosh, I was laying on the beach beside my friend screaming almost. It's just so perfectly dramatic. And the two lovers come together and it's just so good. I mean, there's lots of things I love about this novel, but I don't want to yap for too long. I just want to give you a little taste of something you might like. When I read this, I think I read 3 or 4 Victorian novels in a row. And I thought, why do I read anything else but Victorian novels? They just feel so good. They're so good. So I haven't thought about this book. I finished it a couple weeks ago, and I have not been thinking of it like this in detail for some time. And I kind of just want to start reading it again. I do. I have a couple other books by Gaskell, and I'll probably read them this year. If you have never read Gaskell, gosh, I just recommend her so much. So incredible. I've read this by her. I have read Mary Barton by her, and I read her biography of Emily Brontë. Charlotte Brontë. I think she did, gosh, I mixed them up. Anyway, she did a biography of one of the Brontes, and it was also very good. I hope you read Gaskell. You should if you haven't. And I hope you have a lovely day. I'll talk to you so soon.